Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Lee Judges with me. We've just beaten Everton 1-0 at Goodison Park. All that moaning in the car when you saw the 11. Where's Ramsdale? Where's Ramsdale? Listen, Ryan didn't really have to do anything today, so made the right decision and started.
No, listen. It was a strange decision, but thanks for dropping me in it. But I didn't agree with that decision, but it's worked today. I think Ramsdale will play on Tuesday in the Champions League because he deserves to, because of what happened last season. Yeah. And then it's the big one who plays against Spurs. So then come back to me after that game, right?
All right, let me ask you about the game,
Robbie,
Lee. Let me ask you about the game, Lee, because it's been a long time since we've beaten these. Yes. Back in Arsene Wenger days, and we spoke about it's always sticky at the toffees, but today.
Oh, I like that.
You
one.
like that one?
I like
yeah,
that
but this time today we ate up and got the 1-0.
Yeah, listen, today was always going to be a difficult game because they're a physical side, but we was always going to make a few changes. I said that before, that we've been making a couple of changes because we've got two massive games coming up against PSV and of course Spurs after that. So it was always going to make a few changes. But today was all about getting the result. I felt that we had to stay patient. I have to say, defensively today, they're a very, very physical side, and we handled that physical side.
Phenomenal.
They were fantastic, taking a bit of stick. There were times when we buckled against teams like that, but when corners were coming in, felt very, very comfortable, and it was just about being patient, trying to get the goal, and what we done was we improvised for the goal. There was something different. It worked. So listen, it's a fantastic win. I didn't think it was a great game of football. Look, Everton have got to change their ways.
Great game of football from who though? From there, because I feel we dominated possession the whole game, Lee.
Yeah, we dominated the possession all game, but it's very, very difficult to break teams down when they're playing that so many. But you're used to it at the Emirates because that's how it should be. But when you come to places like this, you expect them to have a little bit more going forward or a little bit. But look, I wouldn't say they was awful. They organised defensively, and we found it very, very hard to break down. But they've got some weapons in their armoury, but they choose not to use them.
Yeah.
So that's up to them. But from our point of view, it was always going to be a tough game to break them down. I'm looking at that game and I'm thinking, do we really need a physical game going into a really difficult week? We've got 7 days, and at the end of it, we got them down the road. You know what I mean? So you don't, but we knew when you looked at this game today, it was going to be 100%. Like that. So it was all about getting the result. The performance, there's still things to work on. Got to say, big up to Dave Vieira. I've got to say today, he played really, really well today. Martinelli, that's a massive blow, losing him to an hamstring injury.
I did see him end up back on the bench, so he walked back on. So hopefully it was just precautionary. It did look serious when he was down, but I did see him go back on the bench and chill with the players. So hopefully it's not too serious.
Yeah, well, that's a bad one. But that's the difference of the team at the moment. He comes off, Trossard comes on, Trossard scores a goal.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what you need. That little depth of squad, that little sort of players that you need there. And it was I have to say that substitutions, when you're looking at our bench at the moment, on comes Jesus, on comes Havertz, who both contributed, not in as us winning the game, but making sure we didn't lose the game, breaking up play, tackles and things like that. So all in all, listen, they look at that and go, that it's not one to look back on and go fantastic memories, but that's one you look back on and go, that's what gets you.
But
that's what
I was going to ask you. Yeah. That's what I was going to ask you, because obviously, City started slow last season, but ended up getting the title in the end. We started really fast. We dispatched the teams, but this is a kind of a sign of team going in the right direction. No matter how hard it is, the most important thing is getting a result.
Exactly that, and I think that this is going to be a strange sort of 2 months for us, because we've got all these games coming up. In September now, we're playing 3 times a week, all the way through it. So it is squad rotation. So it means you may not get quite the performance that you need, but what you need is a solid defensive performance, and you go on from there. And listen, I've seen Arsenal win titles on the back of a lot of 1-0 wins. So as much as it weren't a great spectacle and all that, at the end of it, we've won, we've got the 3 points, and we can go home very, very happy.